Start streaming. Let's see. Excellent connection. All right. We are going to try and trick Ryan. Ryan's about to come in. At least I think Ryan's coming in. I don't even know if Ryan's actually going to be here today. But in 5 minutes, Ryan's going to come in here and we're going to tell him that this phone is in his queue for a charge port and see what he thinks. So it actually has a little bit bigger fish to fry than a charge port. And I'll start with a note so that you can see what the deal is with this phone that was sent in here by Max. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into the note. All right, here's the note. The note. Let's see. Can we zoom? There we go. This note. I learned not to work on my own phone, says poor Max. Originally, I was only replacing the speaker. Now it's a 7 Plus. Now we don't replace speakers in the iPhone 7 Plus because if they need a speaker replaced, what's actually wrong is audio IC disease. But it sounds like Max maybe didn't hear about that in time because he ended up trying to replace the speaker and he ended up breaking the screen cables. Wah, wah, wah. That does happen. That happened to me before. Broke the screen cables, so he put a new screen in, but it wouldn't turn on. That's not good. So he read that it may be a battery issue. So I went to replace the battery and it started on fire. Burp, burp, burp. Caught on fire during removal. So never to be dissuaded from repair, Max went ahead and put a new battery into the smoldering carcass of his iPhone and it still won't do anything. I don't know if anything important got burnt in my battery fire. I already have a new phone and really all I want is the photos off of this phone. I didn't have a backup. I'm in no rush at all and just want to know, is it possible to repair that? So there you go. This is what the right to repair people are afraid of. But hopefully Max is still alive and has survived a battery fire. So let's see exactly what is the terrible consequence of the most unthinkable thing happening, catching your iPhone on fire. Let's take a look. We're going to dive right into the phone and see if we can see it here up nice and close. So the screen was already kind of loose. And I can see why. Okay, it's still attached up here. So we'll, so we got, is that how that goes? That's not how it goes, right? Is it? Doesn't this go like this? Yeah, it goes like this. Yeah, and it goes like, yeah, can't do it that way. All right, problem number 1. Look at that. We're solving problems already. We got that problem solved. And now we got our bigger fish to fry down here. This looks deceptively, now it does need a speaker now. So you're right, Max. Way to go on the diagnosis. And this is where it gets really, really crunchy. Let's look at that part under the microscope. So let's go all the way, subtract this, subtract that, to the microscope. And let's see what happens when you catch your battery on fire. Oh, this is why I think it's going to be fun when Ryan gets here to tell him to do a charge port job. I don't even know that it's possible. This is like completely destroyed plastic, and I don't even know that could be removed. This is pretty bad. That's pretty crispy. That's not good. This phone has seen better days. What happens when your phone catches on fire? Brad, do you say catches on fire or goes on fire or starts on fire? Well, I always say catches on fire. Look at that. This is all crispy.
Caught on fire.
Yeah, caught on fire. Look at that. Have you ever caught a phone on fire?
Caught on fire.
Have you, tell the truth, have you caught an iPhone battery on fire and burned up a phone?
Nope. Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Let's carry on. That looks pretty bad. here's the logic board. The logic board, that looks a little hot. Look at how this like little gaskety stuff is a little bit melted, but not necessarily terrible. Charge port is intact. That looks pretty good. My hope is that there's nothing wrong with this board. Looks good up here now that we changed how that camera goes in. And by the way, Max, if you ever watch this, if you connect that camera backwards, then that could make your whole phone not turn on because it's going to be sensitive to the signaling through both sides of that port. All right, now the first thing we're going to do is fire up the good old DC power supply. And there it is. There it is right there. Let's fire up the DC power supply and see what happens. Ned says caught on fire. All right, Alex says started on fire. Did he put it in rice? All right. So I always thought that was funny. I noticed that Lewis and I say different. I say caught on fire and he says went on fire. Always. Not that we've ever been talking about things being on fire. No reason for that to ever come up when talking, just to a friend, to a colleague who also happens to work on devices with batteries. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and connect the DC power supply. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. We connected the DC power supply. And now let's watch and see what happens when we ask this phone to boot up. Looks like it could be booting. We'll see. That does look like it could be booting right there. Let's turn that off. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Doing well.
Great. Are you up for I think I got a charge port job in your queue? Great. All right, so let's see what happens on this one. I'm doing a stream, so no big deal. That's why I'm talking to myself, just FYI.
No, yeah, I got that. I was being quiet.
You could tell because of the giant lights that are...
Yeah, I was so surprised when you said something to me. I was like, what? Like, wait.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Well, no. So we're going to just see whether or not this phone can actually boot up. And maybe it only needs a charge port. So I'm going to connect back its own screen here. Ryan, have you ever caught a iPhone on fire?
No.
Good.
Never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it. Yeah, because it's not a thing. I've never even heard of that either. I think it's a myth. All right.
I don't know. I certainly never, I didn't even think that was a thing that happened. Period.
Definitely not.
Is that what happened to that one?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this one just needs a charge port, so I think it'll be fine. We're just going to...
I don't know, just like pouring something on the phone and then lighting it count as catching it on fire?
Have you done that?
No, I'm just saying, like, does that count though? Like, or do you actually need to ignite something in the phone?
Oh, you have to ignite something in the phone. But, I mean, I don't even know if that's even remotely possible.
Yeah, that seems very...
Seems very unlikely to me, too. All right. So we've plugged in a screen here. So we're just checking to make sure that the slight little charge port damage is the only thing going on with this one. In which case, then it's going in your queue. So get ready. It's a 7+. All right, here we go. Oh, can't see that. And let's see what happens. So we're going to prompt it to boot again and see, can we see anything for image? So far, no. No image there on Max's screen, but it looks like it still could be booting. So we're going to, once again, oh wait, that screen wasn't even connected. Now this screen seems like it doesn't like to connect very well. We are going to, let's just go ahead and use a test screen because I think that screen's got something up. I don't know, Max. All right, we're going to just grab a iPad Rehab tester screen. And plug it right in. Just to make sure that the only thing that this phone really needs is a charge port. The lovely sound of the dogs. All right, there we go. Back to DC power. And let's see what the deal is now. Prompt to boot. Prompt, prompt, prompt. All right, so we've got an Apple logo. And we're going to see if it boots all the way up or not. I took my phone to Apple for a battery, and they melted it. Surely you just lost soul, because that is not even possible according to the heavy battery safety stuff that they have as part of the Apple certification. For those of us that are Apple certified iOS technicians, although unauthorized, we would never catch anything on fire because of our pounds and pounds of sand that we always keep nearby. All right, will it boot or will it loop? Will it boot or will it loop? We are going to stand by and find out if this phone is going to boot up. Yes, it booted up. Hooray. In touch works. All right, excellent. We will be able to recover data. So that means this one only needs a charge port. So I'm going to pass it right over to you right now, Ryan. Are you able to do a charge port like right now? Great. Should be an easy one. It was just a little DIY repair. And here you go. Here's his screen. His screen, I don't think works. Here you go. Fantastic. Let us know how that works out. Let us know if you have any questions or problems, and I think it will be fine. All right. Adam says hi from Serbia. Hello, Adam from Serbia. All right, and now we're going to move on to the next case. This stream is got a second phone, which I haven't looked at. This is from Mark, not to be confused with Max. And these are ones that I pulled out today because I thought the note was funny. Let's take a look here at this one. All right, so first, I think you guys need to see the phone itself, right? So this is an iPhone XS, or what once was an iPhone XS. This looks, I mean, look at that. How do you do this? Brad, what do you think happened to this phone?
Car ran it over.
I don't know. I mean, that's serious. Like, I would really like to know exactly what did happen to it. I don't know. All right, but let's see. Maybe there's going to be a little clue for us in the note itself. So let's read the note. Let's go back and read the note. So let's see. How's the charge port coming?
Good enough.
Oh, okay. Good. Excellent. Record-breaking pace. Very good. You're a real professional, Ryan, at such a young age. All right. Now we're going to move on and take a look here at the note here from Mark's phone. Mark's iPhone XS. Here's the phone up close. Look at this. This is a beautiful iPhone XS. I'm not sure which phone I'd rather have be mine. Max's or Mark's, who knows? All right, let's go ahead and read the note. Now this one, the note is fairly short. Here it is, a one-liner. Boom, ba-da-dum. This is the note. What happened to Mark's iPhone? Dropped phone several times. Glass, body is shot. Very succinct. I like that. That's quite to the point. I dropped the phone several times. On what? Your blacksmith anvil and then hit it with a hammer? I don't know. Dropped phone several times. Glass, I think the glass is definitely shot and the body is shot as well. I just thought that note was hilarious. I dropped the phone, dropped it a few times. Should be no big deal. The girlfriend damage, yeah, that's what I call it. Girlfriend damage right here. We got a girlfriend damage special coming right up. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is take this one apart. All right. Drewy897 says, wow, looks run over. I agree, I concur. All right. So Ryan, are you done with the charge port already?
No way.
No, no?
Not that good.
Oh, he's not that good. All right, did you get the charge port out yet?
Yep.
You did not.
That'd be great.
What do you think happened to his charge port?
Didn't catch on fire. That's what I know.
It didn't catch on fire, says Ryan's expert analysis. Okay. Brad, while you were out there, Ryan told me that he didn't think it was possible for iPhones to catch on fire.
Yes, I do. What?
Yeah.
Especially with losing power.
Yeah, also, what do you think that black mark is on the floor back there by your station? Just saying. I mean, part of the decor, nothing to worry about. It's an iPad rehab battery demonstration mark in the what not to do column. All right, let's see what's going on with chat while we boringly take this off. Spectre says, innocence lost at iPad rehab. That's really funny. All right. Let's get this here. Looked like he slammed it against concrete several times, like he was angry with it. Yeah, straight up girlfriend damage. All right, let's watch the disassembly of this phone. Now these ones are either really easy or really hard. I'm hoping for really easy, because then along with Ryan's really easy charge port, we'll have 2 for 2. Now this is the kind of battery that looks like it could catch on fire at any time. Did that freak anybody out? Yikes, yikes. That's how you catch something on fire. Now a battery like this is long dead and therefore surprisingly safe. Now I learned that from my student Jay, who sat here at class with a pocket knife, doing pretty much what I'm doing right now, shucking phone batteries out of phones with a pocket knife, and I thought he was out of his mind. So I took him outside to teach him a lesson. I took him behind the woodshed, except it's not really a woodshed back there, it's a fire department, which I thought was perfectly, phenomenally safe and a good idea. So I took old Jay out to the woodshed, AKA fire department, and I gave him a big stack of these old iPhone 5Cs and said, now go see what happens if you take a pocket knife to an iPhone. And you know what he did? He sat there and he took that pocket knife and he stabbed every single one of these batteries until he made like a shish kebab of iPhone 5C batteries, and none of them caught on fire. And we were like, oh, okay. I guess that the dead batteries don't catch on fire. Now, if you try that with a live battery, you're not going to have the same result. We didn't know that the dead batteries didn't catch on fire, so Jay ended up taking us to school that day. In fact, if you look on the iPad Rehab YouTube channel, somewhere in a deep hidden vault of the channel is the live stream that we did, I think it was a live stream, of the day Jay pocket knifed the batteries in the iPhone 5C. If you can find it, send me a link or put a link in the comments so that I can link it to this video. All right, back to the grind over here where we've almost gotten this. I think it was with Mark. Yeah, it was. I remember that Mark was here. It was during class. And I can remember that student. He was like a super interesting guy where he said he had like come by his battery knowledge through his experience in the pharmaceutical industry, I believe. He was a character. Hey Ryan, how's your charge port coming? Is it about done?
I wouldn't say about done, but close. How does pharmaceutical have anything to do with batteries?
Brad, care to enlighten young Ryan on what does pharmaceutical have to do with batteries? I defer to your expertise.
I say defibrillators.
All right.
Heart monitors.
Somebody says, poor Ryan. No, man, he was making drugs, Ryan. That's what that means. Apparently, I mean, one of us got a Snapchat account and it's not me, so.
Not me, what?
It's Brad.
Brad.
I don't know, apparently, if you are into DIY chemistry, that you can learn a lot from what things that you can do with the power, the amazing potential and power of a lithium-ion battery. All right, I think we are about to get this in what's left of this board out. Now, hopefully, there's nothing wrong with this. All right, geez, it's really stuck down on the bottom. Gee, do I have to punch this logic board out from the bottom? Wow, this is the first time I've seen that. Let's see. Could you help me with my laptop? Oh, we would love to help you with your laptop. Fill out a request. Oops, I had that on the wrong thing. Look at this. This is the first time you can see the logic board from the bottom. Look at this, iPhone XS. Wow, this is just falling apart. Glass is shot. Body too. Well, this is so bent that it won't come out. That's what she said. All right, here we go. Excellent. One more clippy clip. Yay! Oh, I'm going to need the iPad Rehab microsoldering desk cleaner. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, now this is either going to be really easy or really hard. So the next thing that we're going to do, let's go ahead and take a look under the microscope, I guess. We'll take a look. Let's get rid of this, get rid of that. Here we are under the microscope, and we're going to take a little gander. All right. What's going on with Henry's laptop? Yes, do tell us, Henry, what's going on with your laptop? Hi, Jessa, you have a fancy mask. My mask is from the high school. The great people at the PTA said, we're going to make some masks with the school colors. And I said, count me in. All right, let's look at, ooh, that's a owie on this part of the iPhone XS bottom board. But luckily for us, there's no data down there, so we don't really care about that. What we care about is whether or not we're intact here on the top board, which we may well be. But first thing we're going to have to do is separate this top board from the bottom board. All right. Just hope you can pull the data off the board. Me too. I hope that I can pull the data off the board as well. Because if I can't, then we're left with the only potentially viable repair for today is going to be Ryan's charge port. No pressure. How's it going, Ryan? Is that phone charging yet?
No, I put it in and it was like, not doing too well on the amps, but.
You installed the charge port in that housing? Show it. Show me that.
No.
Oh, I see. You're just troubleshooting. You took the board and asked it. Okay, very smart. I like that. I like that. Very good. Ryan is not one to be fooled. Ryan is too smart for that crap. He is going to first make sure that the board that I gave him indeed can be charged. He's not just going to take my word for it and assume that I gave him an easy job. Ryan is smarter than we thought, Brad. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you even bring that up? Okay, let's heat this up and see if this marks iPhone XS top board is intact and will be a nice, easy, breezy data recovery. So we are going to let this heat up. So I've got this on the Sunshine preheater. Love this thing. The brick for the XS, which we no longer sell. We only sell a combination brick for the 10 and XS. And while we're looking at fun things for Christmas, if you haven't already, you can go to iPad Rehab store and get your iPhone 11 brick, which we just used in our last video. Or if you want to make an easier job of your audio IC, get the CPU brick. All of which are great options. So we're going to let this heat up, and we're going to see if we can just split that XS board again. All right. Yates says, I'm on my workstation staring at the motherboard on the workbench. That is the first step. That is beautiful packaging. All right. So we are going to see what's going on if you're just joining us. This phone really doesn't have anything wrong with it, other than a little one-liner note. The only thing that was wrong with this phone is it got dropped a couple times. Dropped a few times. Dropped just a few times. It's fine. Just a little dirty, really. Just maybe if we had a laser, we could just zing that glass off and fix her right up. It's fine. Oh, look, I got a piece of the glass off. No laser required. Now this one would be a good little Christmas ornament for the tech art section. All right, this is about up to temperature, and now we're going to use the Jessa method for separating the top and bottom iPhone XS board, which is hold it down and use your fingers and just pull it off. Nice and easy. And now, here's the real question. Will this iPhone XS board have anything wrong with it at all, or will it boot up just fine? So let's grab the eye socket. And let's grab the XS stuff. And let's get lucky. Let's see if we can fix this sorry old dropped a couple times iPhone XS before Ryan can finish up the last touches, the last couple of screws on that charge port over there. All right, so let's, oh wow, there's something, what is that blue thing over there? Oh, hey Brad, look at the green iPhone 6 parts. Look weird with because there's a green screen filter on this camera. Look at that. See how it's iridescent blue? It looks like an alien. Isn't that crazy? All right. Now, we're going to see if we can have a known good XS board. So Ryan, are you just about finished up? How's your charge port going? He's putting it in right now. He's about to make that phone just beautiful and perfect in every way. All right. Now first, I need to locate the known good. And here it is. All right. I got to turn that green screen filter off. That's driving me crazy. Let's go here. Filters. There we go. And now we're back to beautiful green on our test parts. All right, here we go. All right, the glowing. I was about to ask about that, says Grace. Yes, that was for people that normally green screen so that you guys can see everything all at once without all this switching back and forth, but wanted to do something a little bit different today. So let's go back to here, and now I'm going to put aside Mark's lame, chewed up on the end, dropped a couple times iPhone XS bottom board, and we're going to swap it in for the beautiful KG, the known good iPhone XS bottom board. And then we're gonna stack it. We're gonna make a sandwich here. We're gonna put that one away, and here we go. Let's just make sure that I don't see any chips jumping off this board. I don't see any chips jumping off the board, but let's clean it up a little bit from that thermal paste. We're gonna clean it up just a speck. And we're going to complete this hybrid sandwich, and we're gonna see, how do you have the hand camera set up? Well, I can't find a good angle. I have the hand camera attached to the top of the DC power supply decoration that I pretty much never use. Let's go for broke. Let's see if we can go full test assembly and see if we can get lucky. I don't have a good ceiling mount for any of these cameras, so that kind of limits things. So right now it would be really funny if I had a camera over here so that you could see just how silly the camera looks. But I have it attached to one of those mini armed stands that is itself shoved into the handle of the DC power supply. Maybe I should make that be the thumbnail. All right. So what we're doing now, can you put any bottom board like a Qualcomm or an Intel? You can put them, and then what they're gonna do kind of depends. So I matched the Qualcomm bottom board with a Qualcomm bottom board, and that's the easiest thing to do. But if not, then you could, in theory, update. Now, I don't like to update phones because I don't want to trigger error 14 if they're close to being out of space. And a lot of times people come for data recovery because they were close to out of space because they got all these pictures on their phone when their phone dies. So I try not to ask a phone to update unless I have to. All right, so now I'm about to put the finishing touches on here, just as Ryan is about to put the finishing touch on his charge port for sure. All right, let's see what happens if we prompt it to boot. Will it boot? Now, iPhones do not like to boot up on somebody else's bottom board, but sometimes they will. You have to be careful though, if it tells you that you have the wrong passcode. That might be a troll. All right, let's see. Is anything gonna happen? Oh, I see an Apple logo. Will it have touch? Will it boot up? Will this be a great day for this phone? I mean, there's really hardly anything wrong with it. I'm not surprised. I mean, it was just dropped a couple times. That's pretty much it. Really pretty much just a flesh wound, just a glass. And the body and the frame and the fact that the bottom board was bent on the corner. Other than that though, this phone's pretty much fine. Hey, it booted up. All right, how about touch? Boo, no touch, no surprise. Oh, boo. All right, so we're gonna have to figure out why does it have no touch, which until we prove that it's not, it's going to be a parts problem, which may well be the case. So let's see if we can disassemble this and take some measurements to see whether or not this touch screen just really isn't plugged in very well. Or does this phone actually not have touch? Because heaven forbid we get two easy fire and drop in a row phones. So we'll have to see. Greetings from Poland. Do you have a solution for sudden death in Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge? Yes. You should troubleshoot and find out, why does your S7 not turn on? Does it have a short circuit? Does it have a brain problem? What is the matter? You should compare it to known good. You should measure and test and do all sorts of troubleshooting until you figure out what is up with that phone. All right, with this one, I wasn't really sure that this board was going to turn on at all. So before I go crazy, I am going to troubleshoot parts. Rule number one, I don't have a touch board problem until I prove that I don't have a touch problem that is just parts. How can you change the button board? It would not work without the SIM card and Wi-Fi. Or would it? Would it work just fine without that stuff? In fact, would this board boot up just like normal if it had no bottom board at all? That's a great question. Let's find out the answer while I go on a hunt for better parts. Now, it won't have touch because it doesn't have any place to plug in the touch connector. But let's just say forget about that. Let's just do an experiment because Ahmed suggested it and I like experiments. So while I go hunt for a better iPhone XS screen to use that I am more sure of than this potentially janky one, let's see what does happen. If we ask just the top board, there's no bottom board here at all, just the top board, will it boot? Or will it self-destruct and catch on fire? Let's find out. Oh, look at that. I see an Apple logo. All right, time to go on a hunt for XS screens. Whoa. So Ryan, how's your charge port coming?
It's charging correctly now.
What? You put a charge port in that frame? I don't believe it.
It's in there right now. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm screwing it back in. For sure.
That's pretty impressive. Did you look at that board, Brad?
Not closely, no.
Not closely, no.
There was one part that was annoyingly burnt up.
There was one part that was annoyingly burnt
I
up,
assume
he
it's
says.
burnt. I assume that's why you asked me if phones can catch on fire.
Yeah. Ryan's too damn smart. God damn it. Can't even play a joke on that kid. All right, where's the iPhone XS screens? Look, that's not what's supposed to happen here on my video at all, Ryan.
I was supposed to knock it.
You're supposed to go, what the hell is this?
No.
And be completely mystified.
I saw the mountain of black stuff and I said, this needs to go away. And I just took it off and it worked.
That is incredibly practical. Ryan says, I saw a mountain of black stuff and I thought this needs to go away. So I just knocked it off and it worked. And that, my friends, is how you learn how to fix phones. Practical repair. Even more practical is if I could find a XS Max screen that was not, or a XS that was not a XS Max, like all of these. Are these all XS? Yeah, there we go, XS. All right, fine, we'll do this new one. Well, Ryan trolls me instead. I really thought that it was going to be completely impossible to change the charge port on that. Also, his camera was in upside down. All right, what's going on with this? Let's see. Did it boot up or did it not? Let's find out. Let's go click over and disconnect, reconnect power. Look at that. Look at there, Ahmed. It booted up just fine, but it also has no touch. So there you go. The only thing that this thing needs for data recovery that it doesn't have right now is touch. But that's a pretty big deal. So we got to make it have touch function. All right. So why does it not have touch function? Well, one thing, we can look under the microscope and check along that border to see, do we have broken or torn pads that communicate touch? And I don't see any reason why these guys wouldn't be perfectly fine. So we'll do that. What are you doing now, Ryan?
Seeing if it will turn on with a screen that works, because I do trust that when you said the screen doesn't work, that it does not work.
Well, I'm not 100% sure. It didn't work when I plugged it in kind of loosely, but there was also like some crap in the connector. Also, that screen was installed by somebody that caught their phone on fire. Did you read the note?
I'm reading it currently now.
Yeah, let's hear you read the note. This will be fun. Go ahead and read it out loud. Issue description. Yeah.
I learned not to work on my own phone. Originally, it was only replacing the speaker, and I ended up breaking the screen cables in the process. Put a new screen in, it wouldn't turn on.
Yeah.
Read that it may be a battery issue, so I went to replace the battery, and it started on fire and you removed it.
Yeah, see, it's true.
Yikes!
Yeah.
I don't know if that's phone catching on fire. I think that's like person that's clueless accidentally poking their battery a little too much, and the battery didn't like that.
And therefore, it caught on fire. That's just semantics, right? I mean, that phone, yeah, that phone is, that's what happened. So yeah, so that, and then when I opened it up, that screen front camera connector was, like, I think, installed upside down. So there's that. That screen might have nothing wrong with it. I don't really know. I didn't spend a whole lot of time checking into it. All right. Can I fix touch on this and make this phone able to recover data before Ryan can fix the phone that caught on fire? This is a head-to-head fire versus drop. So you don't think it is funny that, like, we're like, oh, Ryan's coming in here. We're going to just tell him to just do a charge port on this job and not tell him that it caught on fire. That was going to be a lot funnier than it actually turned out to be. C'est la vie. Let's see what chat has to say while I get this thing. All right, let's see. Make that iPhone XS great again. Oh, I will. I will totally vote for this iPhone XS to be the best that it can be. The best is yet to come for this lovely phone for sure. All right. Okay, thanks for the answer, says Ahmad. Then I thought she would fully fix by changing button board, like Apple, you know. You got some kind of secret hookup with Apple Repair where they would fix this phone, including the bottom board? If so, you gotta hook me up, because I don't know anybody that's gonna fix that board other than folks that are kind enough to take all those chips and migrate them to a different bottom board and then solder it back to the top board to make that phone work again. All right, now we're just looking for touch. If we can get that passcode in there. I'm still a little sketchy on that bottom board. It's Tech Tuesday! Yes, it is. It's Tech Tuesday. I heard that for the first time right now. Here we go. Do we have touch? It's Max versus Mark. It's fire versus drop. What will happen? Do we have touch? God damn it to hell! How's your charge port going, Ryan?
Well, it's drawing 1.9.
What?
So good,
God damn it. But does it not have touch?
The screen, I can't even get it to turn on. So.
Okay, good. All right, we'll keep working. Better luck next time. All right, so this phone still has no touch, so now we're gonna have to troubleshoot. Although it's still rule number 1 because I gotta check on this little cable doohickey. Let's see. Do I have a different one of these or not? Do I have a different one of these? Do I have a different one? All right. Let's see. I've got one over here. How do we... Not having green screen makes streaming incredibly weird and different from normal. All right, let's see. Andreas, give me the lottery numbers for tonight since you're in the future. Yes, Andreas, please share the lottery numbers. That would be a fantastic thing. All right, now this time we are going to, let's try and build our sandwich and try to stick a multimeter down there to see if we can pick up any problems. Anything that's an open line that should be a closed line. We're gonna go on a hunt for that with the multimeter. All right, let's see. Let's take another look under here. Let's go ahead and look under here and see if we can get some readings. So that should be all smashed together as is appropriate. And normal, 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 normal. So I only checked those top 3 ones. If those are okay and reading correctly, then it's unlikely to be this, kind of lack of connection, which is the common fault for iPhone 10 or 10s that doesn't have touch. So what we're going to do then is troubleshoot these cables. So we're going to try this one instead. How's your church work going, Ryan?
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Okay, we're still alive. We can still get this phone to work again. Hey, Brad, what are you working on?
Cleaning up the floors.
Cleaning up the floors. All right.
Wrapping everything up. I didn't have any luck with that battery from the 4S to the 4.
Oh, the battery and the 4 and 4S don't fit together. FYI. But you can use the 4 connector. Do you have a 4 connector? Do you have a 4 squid doohickey?
I couldn't get it to go on either phone.
Huh?
I couldn't get it to go on either phone.
The 4?
Yeah. I think it's damaged on the bottom.
All right. Well, then use alligator clamps. You want me to show you? Bring it over here real quick. I got time. I can still make this phone great again. All right, we are gonna see if we have touch with a new cable. And this is what most of repair looks like. Boring, long, irritating parts troubleshooting. All right, while that is coming alive, let's make your iPhone 4 great again. Here, toss it over. Let's find out what happens. Is it in a board with a screen? Is it in a housing that has a screen? That's all right. Oh, now it's got ESD. God damn it! That still doesn't have touch. All right, while we're here, let's see if we can fix an iPhone 4. An iPhone 4 really quickly. All right, so on the iPhone 4, we're gonna go like this. And we're gonna figure out with the multimeter, positive, ground, right? And then we're gonna take any squid. Yeah, and then we're gonna, all you have to do on these is just attach it like, it'll barely grip it like that. And then say, do I have a short? Nope. So you can grab it on any ground. There we go. Like that. And then you can say, we're looking at this one now. You can say, that is, there we go. Not short, and I'm just holding it with my fingers, so then I'm going to prompt it to boot. Prompt, prompt, prompt. Prompt, 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 prompt. So it looks like it's booting, right? But we won't really be able to see it. So disconnect, and then what I did with my alligator clamp Look at this. I did this today. I soldered a wire to it, and then we can solder the other end of that wire if we really wanted to. Now these take a lot of heat because it's battery positive power. We can solder that right on there. Just temporary, like. There we go. Now we can clip it to ground. Now the whole thing can flip. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, that screen looks like it might not work. Well, let's find out. Let's see what happens. Let's clip this on here. Let's clip it to its native ground then. God damn it. I just want to be able to see. Oh, there's that little Apple logo. It's going to work. We're going to make this great again, Brad. The real challenge with iPhone 4, any kind of data recovery now, is A, having them still know the passcode, and B, being able to locate a charged battery. That's what it all comes down to. Now I gave Sunday today an iPhone 4 transport housing that she probably has up there in a bucket that you could go steal the battery out of. You could recover this before she even knows. Oh, there you go. Look, it boots up. And we'll never know whether it has... Oh, look at that. It has touch. Hey, no passcode. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at that. The old iPhone. With the fun little YouTube. Where is it? My favorite thing. I like to see the little YouTube icon that has the TV screen, but I don't see it on this one. All right, here you go, Brad. Back to you. Do you want this wire? Fine, you can make your own wire. I see. All right, what are we going to do here? All right, I'm going to delete my wire, then I'm going to take my wire back. Huh? Well, it's stuck to my DC power supply. All right, here we go. There you go. All right. So this thing still has no touch, which is a drag because we're going to have to think and do some measuring and try to figure out why it has no touch. Let's see, how can we, in this thing, I'm not sure. I'm going to try, let's see if it has.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it booted.
Oh my gosh, it booted. Oh my God, I fixed the Fire phone. Of course it booted. By the way, check to make sure it doesn't. By the way, read that note again and tell me what's really wrong with this phone.
This person's?
Yeah, the Fire phone. Oh, by the way, we're making a stream, Christy, so get ready. We're also making a stream where we pick on people that work at iPad Rehab.
Making a stream where what?
Oh, we look at the phone that I gave Ryan to do a charge port on, which he then just did the charge port, so it wasn't even funny for my stream, instead of freak out like he was supposed to do. Kids these days. Take a look at it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, but what's wrong with that phone for real?
It looks fine.
No, it does.
Casablanca high capacity.
Well, other than that, read the note.
Is that, no, that's over on. Is it a joke? Like,
It's not a joke. That's a legit repair from Max.
they were wrong and they broke everything and caught on fire.
Because it was so caught on fire that it was all charred and that it was going to be impossible to do a charge port job, because I already tried to turn that screw and it was impossible. I already looked into that. All right, let's see if there's just something simple with this. bottom board. I'm not sure I've ever had to use this bottom board. All right, we're going to swap this bottom board for another one. Forget you, KG. I don't think you're that KG after all. Let's see. What is another one? All right, we're going to swap. And we're going to try another bottom board. And we're doing that because we're eliminating the chance that we have any kind of a separation, which is really common between the bottom board and the interposer. So let's get busy. Ryan, what's wrong with that phone for real?
I don't know.
Read the note.
I read it a couple times now.
All right, read it like real slow and out loud.
I learned not to work on my own. Well, is that going to be it? That this person tried to fix their own phone?
Nope, past that.
Originally, it was only replacing the speaker.
All right, pause. What? Originally what?
Replacing the speaker. And that sounds
Now, why would he be doing that? Huh?
because he thinks something's wrong with the speaker.
And why would he think that? What kind of phone is this?
Audio IC.
Yes. Have you ever, the whole time you've been working here, how many phones have you seen that have audio IC problems that are iPhone 7 Plus versus how many have you seen that had a speaker problem?
A lot to zero.
A lot to zero. Right. So what was wrong with his phone all along? Most likely.
Audio IC?
Audio IC. Yeah. So check to see if he has audio IC. I mean, at this point, it's data recovery, but still.
Do you have the rest of his ticket over there, or do you know his password?
Yes, I know what his password is.
Can you announce it on Livestream,
Oh
please?
shoot, that's probably not a smart idea.
Here, it's a. Let's see. Is it this guy? Nope. What's the ticket?
Check it back.
I was gonna go talk to
Oh,
him
I
about
have
my
it.
car's
This is
warranty
issue
expiring.
Is it on the back of the phone?
37310.
37310. That's old. Yeah, that's a passcode right there. Keep it to yourself. The classic, yes. I mean, it's no 6969, but pretty close. All right. Let's see. I'm swapping out this bottom board for another bottom board to see if we can get this phone to have a touch circuit. We want it to have touch. It's all we need is touch to work, and then we're good to go. Fire and drop. Christy, have you ever caught an iPhone or iPad on fire?
No.
Wait, did you just take a voice memo that said, have you ever caught an iPhone on fire? That's pretty. And Christy's like, no. Is that true? Or are you pleading the fifth?
My memory's not what it used to be, but I can't remember ever catching one on fire, so I'm gonna go with it.
Okay. I want to see the video of Max catching his iPhone on, or his iPhone 7 Plus on fire after all these other things happened to it.
How on fire are we talking here?
It was
Did it
pretty,
melt stuff?
yeah. I mean, he melted that phone so bad that I said, oh my God, look at this charred up charge port that was completely obliterated, and then thought this will be impossible to turn the screws to remove. So therefore, I said, let's live stream and give it to Ryan when he first walks in. And then Ryan just changed the charge port, and end of story. Lame and boring.
He had a piece of glass like jammed into the connectors, and it was like very annoying to get that out. But also, I can record and play back voice memo perfectly fine. So.
Okay. Don't twist it too much, or you'll trigger his audio IC disease. Also, wait, on his loudspeaker? The charred up loudspeaker?
What?
Isn't his loudspeaker kind of beat up? That was the dangling, hanging
Yeah, it
off
still
part?
works,
Okay. All right.
but there's no ear speaker in it because I didn't put one in. So.
Boo! No touch again. We have no touch, and despite all of our best efforts, we still have no touch on this. Poor old, slightly dropped, barely anything wrong with it. So now we are going to have to figure out how we're going to measure for touch voltages way down there. That is going to be mighty hard to do. Mighty, mighty hard to do. Let's see. Let's see, how are we going to do it? To tell what could possibly be the reason. Let's start by doing some diode mode along, oh, you can't see. Yikes. Let's start by doing a little diode mode along here to see if any of these dudes just isn't making good contact. All right, let's find out. Now, this is going to be boring. Let's have a nice, boring part of a video that we would otherwise just cut right out. Would music be distracting for you when you're working? No, we've been listening to the sounds of, what was it? Oh, I forgot, what was it? Cocktail Jazz Christmas all day. But, yeah, but because we love our YouTube audience, YouTube says, no music for you. And you gotta turn that off, so can't really do it. How is the fight for the right to repair going? Well, I thought this video would be a fun right to repair video, which is the right to go ahead and catch your battery on fire and then fix your phone anyway. That's what this is all about. The right to fix your phone. Even if.
Should I put a new screen on this guy?
Yeah, we're going to give that guy a new screen. I want that phone to be great again, no matter what. All right, we're going to have to compare this to a known good. Let's see if we can come up with any problems here in the touch system. From the phone that was just slightly dropped. All right. Audio, I see. I think she made a video about it. It was software issues with an update. ZXW? Yeah, I'm using ZXW. It didn't go down, but every time ZXW decides to make an update, then they helpfully break ZXW for everybody else. And there was no difference this time. In fact, let's see. Let's see if we can follow along with ZXW and see those diode mode readings. So maybe that would be easier. Let's find out. Let's pull up good old yield ZXW. So ZXW updates will make you have to, it forces you to update ZXW no matter what. All right, well, this is a cool little new feature of ZXW. I mean, the updates are pretty cool. Let's see what happens. Do we have ZXW here? Yes, there we go. ZXW. So what I'm looking at with ZXW now is a zoomed in view along this edge where most of the damage happens on iPhone XS after a bad drop. And what we're going to do is just kind of zoom in real close to see, you know, NFC, not interested, NFC. We're looking for lines that have to do with touch, like this one right here, PMU, the touch clock, 0.559. And then we're going to count. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down from the edge. So let's check on our board and see whether or not we have a problem right there. And we will then proceed with boring repair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.733. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And check the other one just to make sure that we don't have any systematic difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.7. All right, not it. Go fish. All right, so we're going to look back at ZXW and say, well, then what else could it be? Wi-Fi, nobody cares. Nobody cares, nobody cares. Nobody cares, nobody cares. Nobody cares. There we go. Touch, touch. And so those two are touch, 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 touch over here. All right, so we got to find out where are these ones here, starting with that guy. And let's see, let's count up from the bottom. We got a bunch of grounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 up from the bottom. Number 17 and 18 up from the bottom on the inside track. Let's see. All right, we're looking for a problem. Can we find a problem before the Fire phone is fixed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, not a problem. And not it. All right, what was the other ZXW one? ZXW. What say you? Nope, 17 and 18. And this one. So 17, 18, this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 from the bottom on the outside track. This is the kind of boring videos that you get when you want to live stream real repairs and not edit anything. This is the kind of stuff that I would normally cut out. 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. All right, let's check back. Where are you, little ZXW? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Pretty sure that was it. Number 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is got nothing wrong with it. So that is all of the, yikes. So we have measured that entire side where almost all of the damage happens. Now in this one, we don't see any broken pads, so it's already not classic, but the whole phone was seriously damaged. So we're gonna have to really go on a hunt, which is why this presentation doesn't seem, it really seems like parts. You know, it doesn't really seem like there's a, you know, what else could it possibly be? We're gonna have to keep on going on a hunt around this entire board to measure any other pad that might have to do with touch. And if you do this, you kill yourself on phones that are like this, every now and then, like this one, you'll probably find something weird, something open somewhere else. So we're gonna keep on going on a hunt. So let's just flip around. Now let's get a little bit of a clue and just see, is there anything around here that is remotely loose. And if not, then at some point we could start saying, all right, we're going to have to voltage test. Could it be something as dumb as this? Like, did that cover up some touch positions? I don't know. We'll have to come back and look. Haven't had that happen before, though. So normally, if you've got a really heavy drop damage on an iPhone 10 or 10s, it's going to pop these little pads, and you'll see that. This one doesn't really have that. What did happen to this one was like kind of a crushing damage, but it was more over here. So if we measure around and we don't find anything, then we're gonna have to look under here and just say, did this thing kind of get pulled, like kind of pulled down like you'd be trying to snap a carrot stick? And did that cause any kind of problem? All right, let's cut this. And what are we looking at here? Well, you gotta look. So I'd like to find like some little pulled pad or something. Oh, there we go. Aha! Uh-huh. So there are some pulled pads over here. Good. So the 10S, I haven't seen nearly as many no touch as in the 10. So let's focus over here where it looks like the board really experienced that kind of yanking damage. And now we're going to look this stuff up and see what is going on. Also helps to work on the board you're trying to fix and not the donor board. So the donor board right here doesn't have anything wrong with it. Okay. Now let's see. If we're lucky, one of these ones that are actually missing is going to have something to do with touch. So let's find out. We are missing from this end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, and some other ones. 9 and 13. You can walk right in front of there. It doesn't matter. All right, let's go. ZXW and find out if number 9 and number 13 from the other direction have anything to do with touch. Please have something to do with touch so that we can solve this right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is ground. Is that even true? That seems... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ground. Who cares? 9. And then 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. Ground. Nobody cares. And then 1, 2, 3, missing is ground. 1, 2, 3, missing is ground. Then 1, 2, 3, missing is ground again. And then, and then we have one that's intact, one that's missing, and then this one. Ding. PP1V8 always. What? Is this even the right board? I don't know about that. So what we're doing here is comparing between, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's do this. What? That? It goes in down. It goes there, which I think is over at your station, but maybe not.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Completely ripped their earpiece.
Huh?
Front camera, they ripped the whole flex.
Let me see.
2 pieces when they were switching it.
What? They ripped the
They said
flex.
They switched their screen, and I was like,
That doesn't look.
All right, so back to the Fire phone for a second. Under the microscope. So this was definitely plugged in wrong. So
they messed something up.
And then
Real bad.
we follow this around. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, I really love to encourage repair. This guy maybe should get another job. I really want to meet this guy. Like, that's like incredible. Like, that's like super interesting. All right. Well, thanks, Ryan. Keep going. Do you want to just get a donor 7+ and like move the board over, or are you like
Bored? No way. Piece by piece. They're getting better.
piece by piece? This phone's gonna work again, and it's still gonna smell like smoke. God damn it! When I'm done. All right. Carry on then. Fire versus drop. Drop is not my favorite. All right, so what we're doing here with the drop phone is we are continuing to compare, and we're going to line this up exactly to kind of match the ZXW now and be able to show you guys. All right, so there's the little like part that goes around this curve, and we are missing a single ground pad there. But see, gray is ground. We don't really care about that. And then as we kind of come around from there, we have this section here. So we can kind of count really from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And if we count here, well, that doesn't quite work. Let's see. This is hard to view. If we count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So let's just look to see what are these lines. This is sound. This is sound. This is sound. Sound. Yay! A touch line. Oh my God, that's totally going to be it. This is Hall effect. This is baseband. And there's only one that has to do with touch. Now, the one that has to do with touch doesn't have anything wrong with it. Are you trying to charge up that phone? Okay, fine, Brad.
I'll charge up to 100 and you know where it is.
Okay. Great. You can just stick it right on over there. All right. All right. See you later, Brad. So here's the deal. We found that an unrelated pad that is not torn off on our board has to do with touch. And the only thing that's not working is touch on our board. So what are we going to do? Quit? No. We are going to see. We're going to go with the idea that maybe if the neighbors were ripped off and this pad has to do with touch, we're going to go on a hunt and measure and touch to see if that little pad is barely hanging on by a thread and therefore not making good connection, and therefore is why the drop phone doesn't have touch. Could it be? I don't know. Let's be detectives and find out. So which one of these guys was the one that, get rid of this. Where are you, ZXW? Here we go. Which one is the one that doesn't, that has to do with touch? Let's see. Number 15. AP, CPU to touch. Scan clock sounds important. Sounds like you'd have no touch at all if you had that missing. All right, so this is in position from the little 3 at the end. It's in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that way. All right. So let's count on our board. I changed how I was counting a little bit just to make it more confusing. All right, so I'm saying ignore these 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, this one right here. Let's diode mode that dude and see what the deal is. All right, let's see. And we get a normal diode mode. Let's check some of these rest of these ones. I'm looking to see if anything is just like kind of an unexpected open. This one here, 1v8 always, really seems like it would be important. That's a brainstem line, but I can't see how it would make it have no touch.
Testing, testing, testing.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is go over this with an iron and see if any of these guys are just held on by a thread. Boo! I wanted the one that had to do with touch. We're just kind of like going over here. If they're held on by a thread, we're going to let them come off to declare themselves. Like one of them just did, I think. And since we've got some that are missing, let's just go all the way around. Where if it's held on by a thread, we'd rather have it just simply come off and show its face. Admit to its shortcomings. All right. Come on, you. Surely we can make a poor old, barely dropped, hardly damaged at all, practically new iPhone XS have touch. I mean, how hard could it possibly be? I mean, if we can't, then at least we could go down to the Apple Store, and I'm sure they'd be happy to help us. Not my Apple Store, but Ahmad's Apple Store. They are kind and friendly, and they'll help us, no doubt. What a troll. Man, can't believe that you people had the audacity to be barely hanging on, and yet none of you have anything to do with touch. All right. Nevertheless, I think that because we don't see any other physical damage, we are going to have to go with the idea here that we had better at least fix the 1v8. So why not? Because that's easy enough to do. We'll do a little brief smash ball surgery. Just in case there's some hidden secret relationship. Maybe this board ignores the bottom board completely and doesn't have touch because it can't talk during one of these like weird lines that don't seem like they would have any reason. The ones that were ground, we truly don't care about. But the other ones, we do. All right, so let's check. Let's not fix something that's not a problem. Let's check. Is this ground? I don't know. All right, there's that 1v8 always. That's ground. That's ground. That's ground. That's ground. Yeah, so the only one we care about is that one there. 1v8 always is usually important. It's usually how the thing turns on. So it's usually a big deal. So what we're going to do is drop a smash ball just to eliminate that variable. All right. Hello, Jessa, says Edgar. Thanks for everything. And he sent me 40 GTQs. I love GTQs. Thanks for the GTQs, Edgar. I appreciate it. Hi there. I can fix it in 30 seconds, he says, because he has a garbage can in front of me. Now that is some Apple Store way of thinking. We're not going to have any talk of garbage cans. We are going to fix the touch system on this iPhone right now. Did she figure it out? Oh, not yet. But we are going to do some exciting ball smashing right now. Live ball smashing happening right this second. I was surprised when I did the course a couple weeks ago. I was surprised at how many people were unfamiliar with my ball smashing. I like to smash balls at least once a week, if not more. And I haven't done it for a while. So today is a beautiful day to smash some balls live on stream. Here we go. Look at that lovely ball. Now let's smash it. Here we go. All right. Let's turn the heat down a little bit and the air a little bit. The angel of Space 15 has never seen me smash balls. I find that hard to believe. Surely you haven't watched a lot of videos. You haven't seen any ball smashing going on. All right, let's find out. There's the ball. And now we're going to heat it up. There you go, buddy. You're fine. Just attach right on there. Nothing bad's going to happen to you, I promise. You don't need to be afraid. You're okay. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And now for the smashing. There he is. Can you see? There he is right there. And now let's smash him. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. You can hardly even tell which one's a pad and which one is a smashed ball. Hard to know. All right, let's look around. Anything else? I don't think so. All right. Now, I don't think there's a rat's chance in hell that 1v8 always open line to the bottom board is going to bring back touch, but I am wrong a lot. So let's test and let's find out if I would love to be wrong right now. Let's see. Am I wrong? And this board now has touch. It is time to put it back together and find out. So we are going to stick it on. Here's one troll. Let's just look, let's glance, shall we? Let's dare say we glance at the actual interposer board. That is something that I probably should have done a long time ago when I was reviewing the parts. But no time like the present, right? So here's the interposer board, which, you know, every now and then something happens, like you'll get like a little piece of mistletoe, a little rat turd, you know, stuff just laying around the shop. Somebody will catch a battery on fire and use this thing to put it out. And then you'll have something like, oh yeah, it doesn't work for touch anymore. So more likely thermal paste from one of these boards. Now these pins don't all have to be even and they kind of go up and down, but every now and then one of these stops working. This one's been working. I don't think it actually has been working today because I just soldered back together these boards the last time. The only 10S I fixed today did not require a jig. I put it back together. But now I am regretting that. I wish that I had put it in the jig and confirmed that indeed I didn't have any parts problems today. But I did not do that. So we are stuck with what we have. All right, so let's see. Let's put this on and see if we have touch. Fire and drop. Got to fix fire and drop. This one barely counts as drop though. It was only dropped a couple of times. What was it that it said exactly? If you missed the beginning of the stream, the only thing wrong with this board is that dropped phone several times. Glass body is shot. And it looks like this. Dropped phone several times, so it's practically new. Practically mint. Probably very good condition, if you wanted to be honest.
Where can I find a donor?
Let me guess. Where can I find the invoice?
What?
No way.
Okay, good.
I think I need to switch the Taptic engine in this because I think it got messed up.
You think what?
Because
The home button won't work, even though it's like, seems all good, but
when I was like taking the dock out, it was like the Taptic engine was like something looks messed up.
Something looks messed up.
Switch it out.
So does the home button click for home button?
Like,
If you press home button, does it respond?
no.
No. Okay. So that is most likely. Have you come across that before? It's most likely a tear in the home button flex.
That's what I was like.
Did you look under the microscope at the home button itself?
No.
What's the history of this home button?
Well, they tried to switch their screen on their own. So
They tried to switch their screen on their own, and what do you know about that person's skills?
they'll laugh
Like
at it.
50% Ryan, or like 70% Ryan, or like 1%?
Maybe the 1%.
Okay, he's in the 1%. All right, let's not talk bad about the 1% now. Yeah, so go look at that home button under the microscope before you go crazy. And remember, this guy is wanting data, so it's not that big of a deal. It would be nice to, I mean, he's going to get the phone back anyway, and it would be, just kind of fun to send him back a phone and for him to be able to see, haha, it does work again, But it's unlikely to be fire Taptic engine, although that is totally possible. It's more likely to be home button tear. All right, we are gonna see, do we have touch on the drop phone? Do we have touch on the drop phone? Yay or nay? Let's find out. Do we have touch? Probably not. But you never know. You never know. You always can be surprised. All right, let's see. Who is talking in the background? That would be Ryan, who's fixing, God damn it, no touch. Ryan is fixing the Fire phone with a lovely note that just says, caught my phone on fire, after trying to fix the speaker, after trying to fix the screen cables. And now that phone has been made great again by Ryan. All right, let's see. Luke Davis says, this is the first time viewing Just Alive. Well, you've got plenty of opportunity to watch live because this phone doesn't have touch, and we don't know why, and it is really annoying. In fact, because I just don't see a ton of possibilities, I really want to confirm on a different jig, especially because in my last stream, the jig quit working. So let's see. Let's go on a hunt for another one. And we will let you guys just chillax while I go get another one of these things. Where is it? All right. Ryan, how come you didn't sit at your regular desk, but where I had this camera set up so that everybody could watch you struggle with that charge port? But no. I see. You had a migration. Chrissy, what are you working on?
Just puttering.
Oh, yay! Excellent.
Batteries and
Yeah, Brad was working on all those for us today.
all the stuff that that I would normally do after the team meeting when I am planning on getting you to help me with that.
Okay, great. Excellent. All right, we are going to question our parts. We're going to use this brand new, straight from store.ipadrehab.com. Brand new eye socket for the 10S. Let's take a look at the unboxing of this beautiful. I don't really understand what this thing is for. Who can tell me? What the heck is that possibly for? Someone certainly will know. All right, this one. That one, actually, I'm going to go back to my other one that I used recently as known good. This guy, and this guy, and this brand new guy that I have seen go bad before. All right, chat, please tell me. Who can tell me what this little spacer thing is for? Let's see, a heat sink. Wish people would stop saying make it great again, because we know who would claim credit for any use. Yes, this phone was fixed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is responsible for this phone not having touch, and Donald Trump is responsible for that phone catching on fire. Surely the only explanation for why a phone would ever be in this state is somebody wasn't happy with the election. I mean, obviously, there's only one possible answer. And the only reason that a phone would be caught on fire is because of Donald Trump. There's no question. And we are going to take the only good thing that Donald Trump ever did, which was to generate a catchphrase that is appropriate for repair. And we're going to make all these phones great again. We're going to make every phone in this whole shop great again. And we're going to do it while we're wearing masks. We are going to make these phones great while we keep ourselves safe from COVID. And it's going to be a great day. All right, now I'm going to put this screen back on and see. We're just going to confirm that we still have a board level touch problem. And then we're going to have a brief cry, maybe get hysterical a little bit. Then we're going to rub some dirt in it. We're going to come back. We're going to make this phone have touch no matter what it takes. We have to measure all the things. We will. Because sometimes that's what board repair looks like. I know we make it look easy on a lot of these streams, but it's not always easy. Sometimes it's maddeningly frustrating. And that is what you usually don't see, because nobody likes to watch this crap. Usually, we'll make a fun little video with a topic like fire and drop. And there we go. Whoops. And we will edit out something like an hour worth of troubleshooting a board that has no touch and no interesting reason at the end, which happens all the time. All right. Does it have touch? Oh, it does have touch! Yay! Oh, it's a great, it's a wonderful, awesome day. Yes, it has touch. And now, Mark, for your passcode. Hey, Ryan, how's your charge port going?
I'm taking the Taptic engine out of this random person, but it seems the whole button works. But charge is perfectly fine, and everything else seems to work.
Do you have a path to data?
If you click the thing that says Touch ID, can't set up Touch ID, then you can get in.
Okay, cool.
That's how I knew that the audio thing.
All right, good. Well, that sounds great. So this guy is going to have his data. All right. So then let's go back to this guy here. And I can't read his passcode, so we have to look it up on the ticket. And we're going to be 2 for 2. Fire and drop. All right, let's see. Is that a Pittsburgh Panthers mask? No, it is not. This mask is the HFL, Honey Apples Lima Cougars. The Cougar mask. Yeah, see, we got a lot of Cougar gear around here. I'm a Cougar, obviously. And so I got to wear my Cougar mask. Right? All right, now let's look up this guy's passcode on the ticket. Thanks to Repair Shopper, we can just look it up right away. And let's see what it is. Let's see. All right, and let me type it in. Oh, it's just, I'm just going to spend like 20 minutes here at the end of the day sliding back and forth and having touch work. Okay. And result, I have typed in his passcode and it's given me the swipe up to recover, which is great. But it's going to take a while because it does accept it. Let's see. All right, it took the passcode, and now we have a path to data on this one, and we are going to recover all iTunes backup data with all the data parsed into easy to read folders, which is going to take a while, but it's great news for this phone. It is fantastic news. This phone is going to have a full recovery of all the data is going to be recovered. And we'll never know whether or not touch came back because of fixing that 1v8 always, or did it come back because of swapping out the jig, or did it come back just because I finally connected it correctly? Who knows? We'll never know, or at least we won't know for a long time. I will find out though in the end because I'm going to be really curious. I think I'm going to delete that ball to see if touch goes away because I just really want to know. I'm surprised that 1v8 always, which let's just make sure that we kind of all follow along on that. I would be surprised, my smash ball technique here that I use to correct this one ball, right? Let's kind of look this up. It's just to be curious. Where is it? 1v8 always, where are you at? There it is, PP 1v8 always. That's the smash ball that I dropped on there. And that is going to connect. It's an important line that leads to the power button and the charge port. And it's going to start here at the power management chip. And then it's going to continue through a resistor that goes to the chip Yangtze that recognizes when you plug in the charger, and therefore it serves as that sort of signal to wake up the phone. But what does it do down on the bottom board? I have no idea. I've never really thought about that before. So maybe somebody who works at Apple can tell me. I don't have any idea. There it goes there. What does it do down here? Ah, it says PMU to NFC VDD main enable, which means that if this connection was open because it was missing its pad, then we would have an open here, PMU to NFC VDD main enable, which would likely mean that we would end up having some kind of, in the old days, hang on passcode, but I guess it's possible that that causes no touch. Nowadays, I'm not really sure. All right, so let's wrap this up because this is now recovering. So drop phone is recovering, and let's check in on Fire phone, and then we will be done. All right, can you show, are you at a point where you can at least show us that Fire phone boots up?
Yeah.
Right. All right. So if early on, oh, you fixed it already. Yeah, did you troubleshoot it? Smash ball technique. Never heard of that before. You should look up the smash ball technique, which is a video. All right, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ryan has fixed the Fire phone, and let's look at it. Let's see. It looks like it's charged up on its own power. Well, that's pretty good. Let's look at it under here. Hand camera, here it is. Fire and drop. Fire and drop. All right, let's see.
Home button's still not going to work on that.
No.
Unfortunately.
Did you look at the home button?
I didn't see anything that caught
All right.
my eye initially.
All right, let's look. Well, this looks really a lot better than it did. Oh my God. Like, look at how it was in the beginning. Like, it was so crunchy. I really thought it was not going to be possible to get that out of there. Well done, Ryan. Yeah, you can tell it's still got the authentic, well done aspect here at the bottom of the loudspeaker, which you already tested, and that does work. A little crunchy. It gives a character, I'd say. You got our antenna looking a little like a boiled spaghetti noodle around here. And you've got a new screen on here.
Yeah.
You've successfully, oh, here, I found one of your screws.
Oh, out there. Could be one of theirs. I mean,
Oh, I see. Try to,
might have to blame that one on them.
oh, I'm gonna blame it on you, man. That goes a board, that's a board screw. I'm gonna put it right there. No, leave it down here for you to find. All right, I'm gonna put it over there. All right, now let's look at the home button. Did you take apart and look at, you moved this home button, right? And it looked okay?
Yeah, I took it off and I looked under it for like a couple minutes and I didn't see anything that caught my eye.
Okay. But you're saying that you're not happy with the home button response.
No,
So you,
and then I switched out to have the engine and it still didn't do it, so
okay.
it's probably, well, it's almost certain.
All right.
Twice.
Well, I'm going to take out these couple of screws just so that we can see, like usually with a home button, I mean, with this kind of history where it's like barbaric repair, the chance that someone didn't tear the home button is really low. I mean, if you think about like, what does it take to, kind of plug your thing in backwards and to stab your battery and, like that is a lot. It means you're just not looking at anything very close up. So you would have like no real way to tell. All right, so let's look. Also, it was, really hot down here. So let's look. Yeah, so normally when there's a tear, it's going to be like right here, like under the microscope, right here.
Okay.
But it doesn't look, it doesn't look bad. It's going to be fine. Let's just kind of make sure it's attached. All right. That is the best that we can do on that. All right, chat. We've got two phones working, one after fire and the other after a slight superficial drop. And both of them are here for data recovery. Both of them are getting recovered today, and that is about the best we can do. You guys got to see a nice long live stream of real repair, complete with all of its many frustrations and irritations and great joys, like this phone. And see this one come back to life, and that'll be it. Am I the only one that uses tweezers to pop open the flex on the home button? Yes, you're the only one. All right, let's see. Whoop. No home button. All right. Burn up your phone. You don't get to have a home button anymore. Let's see. Did you check Touch ID?
It didn't even, the home button like didn't even work, and it said Touch ID is not able to, like whatever.
Yeah, so it can't see Touch ID either. Okay, makes sense. It was on fire. Ready to go for data recovery, and that's what it's here for. So both Max and Mark are going to get back all of their memories, all of their pictures, and that is it for our stream. And we tried to play a joke on Ryan, and he was a good sport. So come say hi, wave. Everybody wants to see who the hell Ryan is. You gotta like be right here. Yeah, here you go. Don't get COVID. All right, we will see you there. Ryan's a real person. Look at that. All right.